What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You can see I'm going to be working on my Allroad today. Finally getting around to swapping these B7 Recaro seats into the Allroad. I got these adapter tracks from Bill at Sinister Auto Works, and he sent me a wiring diagram too, because I'm gonna have to mess with some of the wiring on the seats to get them to work right. I think everything will work. Obviously the sliders and all the heated seats, but I think he doesn't send wire instructions for the airbag. I think he just leaves his out, but I think a few people got the airbag to work, so I'm probably going to be looking that up. But I wanted to get the passenger seat out so I could because there's really he didn't send any instructions for the seat track. I'm thinking it's probably something that's just real obvious when you get them out. So I want to take the passenger seat out so I could look at the track and everything, and the wires and everything from them. And this is not like a full how-to, but you know, just kind of showing everybody where I'm at with the project. But to start, I had the seat slid all the way forward, and then there's these two covers that sit on the track. You pop both of those off, and then there are two 13mm bolts that come out. So I'm about to take those out now, and then after that you just slide them back. And what I usually do is I usually just fold the seats all the way forward, like if I'm getting from a junkyard or something, because it kind of makes it like the least amount of space. So I just kind of fold them forward, all the way forward, lift them up and everything, so I get to the bolts and slide them back or whatever. And then you can slide them back down too. It makes them most compact for you to get the seats, put them back in your wagon or whatever you have, and get them home. But let me get these out, and then we'll see what we're working with. All right, got the seats out. This is the Allroad seat, and this is the B7 S4 Recaro seat. So you can see right here, this has a male connector. This has a female connector on the seat. So in the car, you can see that's all male. So what I might do is take these off, cut them, and then splice them. Might even plug them in if they'll plug in, but splice those onto here. So I might have to cut these off, splice them, that way they'll just plug right into the car, because I want it to be a, you know, plug-in affair. So, you know, just in case I need to swap back or something like that to regular seats, I don't have to go through anything like doing hard. I just have to unplug these, so, and get more seats, of course. So, but looking at them, the red and the green are about the same. So I'll just have to, and I think some of the wires are even the same color. But you can see this one has a fifth connector. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's for the airbag. This one I don't know what it's for, but this one only has 4. So it's probably a fifth one on here somewhere. So I'll have to see what the instructions say about wiring them. I think for now I'm gonna take this off and cut that, since I'm not going to be reusing this seat anyway. Probably cut the wires back as far as I can, and just go from there. And then I'll have to see how the brackets fit up, and of course look at the instructions and anything. But I still got to go over and I still haven't cleaned these seats yet. I got some Alcantara Cleaner the Sonic stuff. I'm going to clean these and let them sit. Now, you know, of course, I'm gonna have to clean and condition the leather and stuff. So, but let me get this harness off. So I'm looking at these, and these are for the airbags, and they're the exact same color. So it's black, brown, and blue. And you know, if I turn around this way, they're even the same order. Brown, blue, black. So it looks like the airbag, you would just have to splice on this one. So I think I'm gonna do that, and that should be it. So hopefully that works. All right, so got the seat up here, and I did take a look at the wiring diagram. Seems pretty straightforward. What he does is he gives you one diagram for the car that you're on. So you can see C5 Audi Allroad, and it tells you what color and what it's for each seat. And then he gives you one for the seat that you're using, so you can take them and, you know, splice the correct wires together. So like I said, I'm gonna take the harness from the seat, so the harness from the car will plug directly into the seat. But anyway, that looks pretty straightforward. I'm gonna work on that. And then right now I'm cleaning the seats, actually using this. And I went and got a Alcantara brush yesterday. So you just kind of, I'm putting the foam on the brush, kind of daubering it on there, giving it a light scrub, and letting it sit for a minute. Then I'm gonna vacuum it out. But I can see it working already. And you can see up here it didn't, you know, it didn't lay down the what you call, because it's a foam. So I'll just have to vacuum all the dirt out and then let it dry. If I see any areas, of course I'll just go over it again with that. This one smells different though. It has kind of a lemony smell. I guess it's a new formula. The old one, I like the way that one smelled. It had kind of a new car smell. I still got a little bit of the old formula somewhere. Well, at least the last bottle that I got. I think it might be like maybe a little under half of that bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and use, I got 2 of these just in case I needed more. I'm gonna go ahead and clean these, and then I'll see how they look, and then I'll probably have to order some type of conditioner or something, or maybe even a leather dye. Might go over them with that. All right, I'm back. I just want you guys to see how good this stuff works. This is the driver's seat. This is the one I didn't clean. This is the passenger seat. That's the one I just cleaned, so you can see the difference. You can see how dirty this one is compared to the one I just cleaned. So this stuff works pretty good. So it's gonna let that dry. This stuff dries pretty quick too, because it's like a foam. So I just gotta vacuum this one off and clean this one, and then I'll probably start looking at the wiring and everything. Start getting that together. All right, y'all, I'm back. It's the next day. I got wired up what I could. This is the Allroad connectors spliced into the B7 S4 harness. Some of the wires I had to trace. I think I found there was one connector over here that wasn't on the S4, but I traced it, and this is actually is going to the light. I didn't think it had one, so I turned it over, because on the Allroad it's sitting higher up and you can see it. But when I traced it, it came back to the wires that would be going to this, so I just hooked that up. But I think the instructions she sent me don't say anything about this or this one, just the seat heaters and the power, which is fine actually, because I don't really use the seat memory. So if he doesn't have that, I'm fine with that. But the only thing I do need is these 2 wires for the seat belt. This is the one coming from the Allroad harness, but this one on the S4 has like 5 wires coming from the seat belt. It does have the 2 green though. So I did try to trace it, and it comes to here somewhere. But when I came down here, I only found one solid green wire for the seat belt. So I gotta see where that's going, and then go from there. I might just have to splice these directly in to the, put a spade on here or something to splice them in. Well, I can't do that because the signal's got to be coming from here. So I might try to go ahead and hook this up. I got the I did hook up the what you call it, the airbag, because it was the exact same wire, exact same color on both sides, in the exact same position. So I'm thinking they should work. But sometimes the seats might have like a 2-stage or 1-stage, but I'm thinking these are the same because they're exactly the same, an exact same amount of wire. So I'm pretty confident that's gonna work. So today is Columbus Day, so he didn't even get back to me yet. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. So I might just go ahead and put this in the car just like it is and go from there. I'm still not sure about which way the bracket. It looks like they might go like that, but this hole fits here, but right here that hole's a lot bigger. So I'm waiting for confirmation from him to see which way they go. And I sent him pictures that the bolts that he sent are smaller. Also, man, when I took this out, the carpet was so dirty. I went ahead and went over it, vacuumed and shampooed everything, because especially right here, it looks like I got some coffee spilled or something. So I had to clean all that, shampooed the carpet, and just cleaned it out. So I guess I'm gonna try these, and then hopefully I'll be going from there and get started on the driver's seat, because I think the driver's seat is exactly the same. So I'll probably take some more pictures of this, hook it up, or I might just take them out so I'll have them side by side, and then you know, just go from there if everything works. All right, so we'll see. All right, you guys, I just put the seats in. I plugged everything up except the two that didn't have anything, and including the airbag. I was actually scared to plug the airbag. I had the battery unhooked and everything, but I was like, I gotta find out. So but everything's working as it should. The back, front, forward, backward. Of course, they're not on the tracks though, but then the lumbar, I could hear that working. You can't see it, but you can hear it. So the seats came out pretty good cleaning them. I was gonna get some dye, but when I wiped them off, there was a lot of stuff see this white stuff right here? That was coming off. So it was a lot more, but it came off just by wiping it down. So I'm thinking, and the leather's still soft. So I think what I might do is get some real good leather cleaner and clean them off, and then find a real good conditioner for it, or maybe just even let somebody like a professional do it or something, see if they could bring them back. And if not, I'll just get some real good dye for them. But that's how they look versus the you know, versus the stock seats. These are sitting a little higher because, like I said, they're not bolted down or anything. I gotta see how those brackets go, but so far so good. But like I said, I want to condition the leather, but because I gotta find something that works for these, because I've tried leather conditioners on other cars, and what happens is they're like grease, you know, and this is just like skin from a cow. So what happens is when the sun starts hitting it, it actually fries, and the leather just dries up and draws up and everything. Matter of fact, that's what happened with my other seat. I let somebody borrow the car, and I guess they were trying to clean the car and everything, and they put some of that conditioner stuff on it, and the seats got, especially the passenger seat, got real hard and just dried up from, I guess, whatever they use. But like I said, the seats was already beat up anyway, and I was going to be changing them. But I like them. They look good. And let's see what else I got to do. Oh, I got to figure out the seat belt switch, though. So hopefully he'll get back to me, then I could do those. So I'm going to take this back out for now, and then I'll be able to just go from there. So see y'all as soon as he gets back to me. Then we'll have all the seats in, and then we'll see how everything looks in the sun, because it's like dark right now over here. All right, you guys, I'm back. This is the next day. Bill got back to me this morning on a couple things. Apparently these are supposed to come with washers, but when I got the box was like split open, so they must have got lost. So I went and bought some washers because, like, I don't know if you I can't remember if I showed you a picture in the last clip, but this hole right here that the bolt go through on the rail is bigger. So I bought a bigger washer and an MA, a 5/16 and an MA, because it's a little thicker. So I want as much strength here, because this is, you know, this is what's holding you to the rail. Probably is overkill, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I just got them tight. And he did send lock nuts with these, but I put some Loctite on them. And these that go right here though just came with nuts. So I went and bought some lock nuts for them and some washers for those too. And then you can see I put the harness right here. On the Allroad, it has a bracket that this bolts to, but this doesn't have it. So I just zip tied it right there. And the seat belt, he said he doesn't usually wire them up. And he said he doesn't have issue, but I thought it would make the seat belt light come on. So I did try to trace it, but it's like 2 green wires, and then but on the other side of the harness they changed color. One is like a green and purple, and then the other one's just like a gray. So that was real odd to me, but I think that's going to this and some other stuff that's not being used on the wire up for these. So what I did was I spliced into this side of the harness. So I got the 2 green wires coming from the Allroad harness going to this seat belt, so hopefully there won't be no issues. But and the other bracket doesn't bolt to the seat because you have to slide them into the rails and then sit it on there. So I just got it all the way back to where it starts into the rail, because you know, you don't know the distance where it's going to fall to. So I'm gonna just hit it with a mallet, whatever I need to do to move it up. But I'm about to put these in now, and then I'll start working on the driver's side. All right, so trying to mock them up right now, but you can see right there the holes aren't lining up. So I kind of made a mark right there because that bracket is a lot wider than the bracket in the car. And so I might cut that off or just cut the carpet out the way or something. But it's not really going down. One side it kind of goes down. But when I had this out, I tried to put the bolts through, and the bolts almost didn't fit. They're like real tight. Not on this bracket, on the car bracket. So I might drill them open a little bit so it'll be easier to get everything in. But I'm gonna take these back out and either cut that bracket or cut the carpet. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I'll get these back in the car. All right, y'all, one thing I didn't notice at first is that the brackets can go either way, either in front or behind this, because you can see how they line up. So at first I was gonna sit them back, but if I sit them up here, it'll be better because it'll move this bar up further, so it'll have more, you'll have more foot space in the rear. But what I ended up having to do was, since those holes weren't lining up, I had to cut this much off of the bottom of the bracket. So hopefully that'll get it. So I'm about to try this and then come back. All right, so cutting the bracket, that worked, but when I started putting one of the bolts through, now the other one isn't aligned. It's off. So this is getting to be a headache, y'all. So I'm either gonna have to drill the bracket. I'm probably gonna drill the seats instead of the car bracket, man, because I don't want the seats to be off in case I need to switch back. This is not good. I don't like this. Keep having to take the seats in and out. I'll probably contact Bill and let him know. And I'll let him know about them being too tall also, though. I'll see. All right, y'all, finally got them in. I didn't have to drill that hole at the bottom. What I did was I just put it in, Then I put the 8mm socket on. I just kind of turned it like that, and then I started turning it with the electric ratchet, and it went in, kind of pulled it over some. So that's it. I was worried about them sitting too high, but they're not. I just sat in them too. The bolster feels real good. One thing I noticed is there's a set of B8 seats at the yard right now. Just showed up. So I went to see them the other day, and I sat in one. I sat in the passenger seat. What I noticed was the upper bolster for the upper bolster, these here feel good, but the bottoms, they felt a little loose. These feel good. So these feet actually do feel like they hold you a little bit better. But those seats, I don't know, it could have been from use or whatever, but it was the passenger seat also. But that's one thing I noticed so far. But these are cool. I like them. The shape of them and everything matches the car. Kind of matches the square shape of the car. So I don't know if I'm going to end up, because these brackets will fit on the B8 seats also. So I don't know. If I find a good set and I like them, I might go ahead and get a set later. So I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I'll go back and get those and put them in storage if no one's got them. All right, but got to start on wiring up the driver's seat now. Then I'll be able to get all that in. Now that I know I'm doing, should be a little faster, but it's getting kind of late. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them in the car today, but I probably should be able to get them wired up and everything, and then go from there. All right, you guys, I just got everything wired up on the driver's seat. This sounds a little different on the seat belt. This one only had the 2 green coming out, so I traced them, and on this seat they were going to the black connector, and it was only 2 wires there. I traced them; they were the same color. It's the same thing. They come out a different color on the other side. I think it was a yellow and green, and then a brown. I think it might have been a solid brown or brown and violet or something like that. But I traced those back, so I got those wired up. But the seat belt thing coming from this one was on the red, and it had 2 green and 2 black. So what I did was I wired both of the greens together to go to one of the green on here, and both of the black together to go to the ground on that one coming out of there. So hopefully everything will work, and then I'll go from. But it was the opposite on the other seat. The other seat had 4 wires, so just kind of interesting to see how they kind of switch things up sometime for whatever reason. Then of course for the light, I traced that back, and then I'll just have to make sure everything works. Then just go from there. About to shampoo the carpet, and then I'll get this seat in, and we'll see how everything works. All right, y'all, I'm back. I came out to run some errands and take the seats and everything for a little test drive. But I like them. Came out pretty good. Of course, the front, back, and rear and everything's working. The seat heater is working. The only thing is the airbag light on the dash is on. So I'm going to look in the forums to see what people did, because a few people said that they were actually able to get the airbags wired up with the light off and everything. So I got to see how they did it. I think these may have a different resistance in the airbag wiring than the or module or whatever than this car is looking for. So it might be that. So I got to look all that up. But the seat heater works and everything. I think the only thing on this one was on the passenger seat, that light is not coming on when I open the rear door, where it is coming on this side. Oh, you can't see it now because I have the door, or the front door open. But so I got to see if it's either the bulb, or I might have the polarity reversed. So I'll probably have to switch that around. But as far as getting them in drive and everything, they feel real good. Like I said, they hold you real good. So if you're doing any kind of sport driving or anything, you're gonna feel good. And of course, like I said, I gotta get some I gotta find a real good leather conditioner for these that's not gonna like you know, when the sun hits them, they're gonna like fry and dry out and everything. One thing I would say is I noticed that when you have these seats all the way down, which I don't need them all the way down, but when you start sliding the seat back, the bottom of this was hitting the bracket right here. So that's one thing to look out for if you guys ever do these, is that if you have the seats all the way down, they're gonna hit that bar. But I like them. They came out pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do is the B7 that I got these from is gone, and the back seats weren't in good condition anyway. But there's a B8 at the yard right now that actually has suede seats, so I think I'm gonna go get the rear bench out of that, because I seen in the forums that some people were able to get those to fit. I think they had to weld. You know, there's a little bit of cutting and welding involved, but I'll probably go back and get those and see if they fit. Maybe even get the front seats for later. I might just get another wiring harness off of another Allroad seat, wire them up, you know, just to see how everything would look. But I think the other thing is I'm gonna see if there's a aluminum pedal that will fit this car from another Audi, if they'll fit. And then you know, I got to do a few other things. But that's gonna be it for this video, y'all. I like the way it came out. Like I said, they feel real good. Of course, you know, they're used and everything, so they're a little bit weathered, but not in horrible condition. Definitely better than what the old seats that came out. And so in the next video, I'm probably going to be switching out to the flat bottom steering wheel. Then I'm going to be switching some of these some of this stuff that's cracked, like that up there, this, and then the other knob boot and knob that I have that has the aluminum ring going, a brushed aluminum ring going out all around it. But that's gonna be it for this video, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.